trying to be a hard ass about it. And they even decided actually to just give her a reprimand and kind of help me out, you know. And and she just blew it. Yeah, she just jumped on him right away, and they just looked at me, and I was like, you know, do what you got to do.
Listen to Adam. Adam's all cuff him, cuff him, fuck it.
You know what? She had a chance. Like you say, you can only do so much. You know, the rest is up to the person. But, and I think that, I guess
Adam's our editor, and he also handles all the networks. But he was wondering. He was like, yeah, man, I wonder what it'd be like. What would it be like to do security and stuff? You know what I mean? That's what I was asking you about that.
Oh, so the security guy gets, he's the man that gets a lot of the hard stuff. He has to clean the messes up if somebody gets overindulged and loses it. He gets to, my expression was when I did security, I take out the trash. At the end of the night, I empty the garbage cans, take out the trash, and if I get somebody that becomes belligerent, causes trouble, I have to take them out.
Stand up. Let's see how big you are. So you don't want to do networks or edit anymore. You want to handle rowdy stalkers out there. Let's see if you're tall enough.
I'm 6 feet. Yeah, it's security is an interesting job. I had one manager / boss that I used to work with here. I worked. He asked me to work.
I get my ass fired in 20 minutes.
Well, he asked me one night. He says, "Manage Sunday night for me this weekend." And I said, "Okay, Sunday night. What could go on Sunday night? It's got to be mellow, right?" Because I was used to working Friday, Saturday as the busy weekends. I came in and I don't know what it was, but just the full moon or what, but everything that could go wrong that night did, and I ended up throwing out the bouncer. We didn't have a security man that night, and I ended up doing it and managing. I ended up throwing out 4 people that night, 3 of them physically I had to throw out. Wow. Physically. And one was a father and son. I had to call the police on, make sure, and basically when the police rolled up, they took off, they left. But it was just everything that could go wrong did. It was one of those nights. And it was so funny because after it was all over, I told him, I said, you know, now I see why you wanted me to work Sunday. And I said, you know what, I thought I had seen it all. And he goes, oh no, whenever you think you've seen it all in this, something else will happen to top it, trust me. And he was right, because since then
That's a good point. What are the slowest nights? What are the slowest nights? Because one of the guys was telling me, oh, it's the end of the month, you know, and I said, what's that mean? And he goes, well, at the end of the month, the girls, because they make cash, and you get a compulsive spender, and she'll spend it all, and at the end of the month, she has her car payment, her rent, her this, and she doesn't realize, so she'll like give it up, do whatever it takes to make that money because it's the end of the month. And then they also said something about the full moon. They said, oh man, when there's a full moon, I got my phone's ringing off the hook, you know, and I go, oh yeah, okay, what is it, you know, and he's talking about the girls' periods and once a month, and the moon affects the water in their bodies, and he's telling me all this stuff. So is it true? Is it best for a customer to come at the end of the month because girls are going to really put out, or Tuesdays and Wednesdays the slowest? What are we looking at?
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I guess it depends on what you mean by put out, but
well, when the girls are desperate, when are they the most desperate? Or when the girls start bitching about this is the worst day of the week to work, what day is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really subscribe to that, I guess. I think that any time's a good time to come. It just depends on what you're looking for. I mean, I've said it probably 20 times, but I think it's just all a matter of the individual. I think that nowadays there's too much left to the mass and not enough left to the individual. And I'm sure a lot of musicians even feel that way in the music industry. There's not as much free expression for them to express their arts without being a part of the clique or, you know, the group, part of the whole. And I think it's that way in just about everything in society anymore. Society, I mean, I grew up in the 70s. I had a lot of freedoms. I had a lot of things that I did that now would be illegal if I did them. And back then they weren't. And some of them were probably stupid, but, you know, I did them. But I think that's how we learn, though, by making mistakes, you know. And so if you try to make everything too safe or take away too much, you don't learn. You just don't learn. You don't learn the difference of why this isn't, why you shouldn't do that. You don't know it in the first place. But, you know, I think it's just a matter of the individual there again, you know. I mean,
Well, once again, today's the Sabbath. It's Sunday. What time do you guys close?
We close, our actual closing time is 1 a.m. We open 11 a.m., we close 1 a.m. the next morning. And we have till 2 o'clock to make sure that all the alcohol, booze that we sell has to be locked down at 1. Anything that is out, people are drinking, they have till 2 o'clock to finish.
So what time is it now?
Till 2 a.m. Oh, it's 7:30.
So you still make it to your you're gonna still make it to your Bible study?
So I don't know about that, you know. I'll make it to a pillow though. I'm tired.